CM Punk reveals a massive change to WWE. A major dream match is once again teased. A title change takes place on AEW Collision. And a long absent AEW favorite is on the cusp of a return to the ring. Hello and welcome to What Culture Wrestling here, the solo Sunday news. Myself, Andrew Pollard. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. I hope your weekend is going as well as it possibly can be. Right, let's get into it. Let's get into wrestling chatter and let's get into CM Punk. Now, CM Punk over the weekend was one of several WWE names who were part of the Fanatics Fest, and he's revealed one massive change to WWE. It's a change that isn't really a big deal if you're in like any normal job, but being a professional wrestler, particularly in WWE over the years, it's a massive change to those guys and gals because the wrestlers these days can request time off. Now, yes, CM Punk revealed it's as part of a panel chatter that there's actually there's a WWE app for staff, and on there there's a little drop down thing of like, yeah, book time off. So if you're out there, you have you're working the grind day to day, and you'll be able to take time off. For wrestlers over the years, that's not really been the case, especially under the stewardship of Vince McMahon, and that is something that CM Punk discussed in this appearance, where, yeah, he basically praised the talent roster that they've got today because it's so stacked that it doesn't matter if CM Punk misses a Raw or a pay-per-view, a PLE, sorry. He also talked about the burnout of being on the road the last time around, and basically somebody needed to get him off the hamster wheel was how he put it, and he was kind of looking at other people to do it because he knew he was about to burn out. It didn't happen. Obviously, he'd end up leaving the company. But yeah, he also highlighted how under the previous regime, as in Vince Kennedy McMahon, if you were needed at work, you were needed at work. It was a case of, right, it's Raw, you're here. It's SmackDown, you're here. Not a case of like, yeah, but I think I could do with like a Raw off or like a Monday off in like 3 months time because it's, I don't know, my kid's birthday, my wife's birthday, it's an anniversary, it's whatever thing you've got going on in your personal life. It's like, nah, sorry pal, we need you for wrestling because wrestling's more important than anything you are doing in your life. So yeah, CM Punk revealed this massive change because it sounds like such a simple thing because for anybody who works, you have the ability to book time off. That's part of like the package of working. It's like, yes, you work, you grind your ass off, but there are days where it's like, yep, I'm going to book a holiday there. I'm going to go away. I'm going to go hop on a plane and fly over to wherever, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, obviously, of course. But that just has not been the case for the longest period of time with WWE. But sticking with CM Punk, he's also once again teased that dream match. Yes, I'm talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is a topic that came up again during this Fanatics Fest appearance, where he was asked about the possibility of maybe somehow, someday, one day getting Punk versus Stone Cold. And CM Punk's response was, that'll be up to Steve. It's not up to me. I think he had a pretty good return, came back, main event at WrestleMania. At this point, his 6 shooters may be buried in the Nevada desert. But if he wants to dig them up, I'm your Huckleberry, which is the line he threw out on Raw recently as well. It should have happened 10 plus years ago, but if he wants to go to sleep, he can call me. Yes. Will we get it? Would you want to see it? Do you want to see CM Punk, say, in 2025 versus Stone Cold Steve Austin? Let us know in the comments on that one. This is a match, as Punk alluded to there, that was teased. It was 10 plus years ago. It was back in June 2011, I think, was maybe the first tease. And that was, it's just a really fun, I think it's less than 2 minutes, but it's a backstage interaction where it's Stone Cold and Andy, Silent Rage, Andy from Tough Enough. Whatever happened to that guy, I wonder? And CM Punk kind of comes in. I think Austin was the guest Raw commissioner or something like that. And Punk was questioning him about being, drunk on the job. Is he up to scratch? Can he do the alphabet backwards? And Austin replies like, I can whip your ass backwards, which is just a great line. So that was teased like as far back as 2011. Then there was a promotion for the get my words up. That'll be the caffeine this morning. The WWE 13 video game where there's that really cool sit down where it's Punk, it's Austin, it's Jim Ross in the middle, mediating, stirring the pot a little bit. God, love Jim Ross, man. What a dude. And that was just like the whole, what if CM Punk was in the Attitude Era? Or what if Stone Cold was wrestling to this very day? And it's just this kind of testosterone building up of like, they're both respectful of each other while not being respectful of each other. Especially Austin, he's just constantly giving the stink eye to Punk. Oh man, it's such a great segment. It's one of those segments, well, it's not a segment, it's a video game commercial, essentially. But it's one of those things where you can go back and watch it all these years later and it's like, yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Now, Austin has said he does hope to be involved in WrestleMania 41, has essentially kind of said that this would be his last opportunity to be involved in WrestleMania because he just doesn't want to travel. He lives in Vegas, I believe it is these days, or Los Angeles. I'm trying to think. Anyway, I know that in terms of US scale, the Paradise Nevada's Allegiant Stadium is deemed as close enough for Austin, because it's like it's nuts in America, man. We don't get it in the UK, where it's like it's just gonna get on a car and drive 12 hours, and that's just like, yeah, it's nothing, it's no worries, just gonna drive 400 miles, and it's like you could do the whole distance of the UK in that. But yeah, Austin has said that WrestleMania 41 is close enough for him to travel to. Anything other than that, he's not bothered about leaving the state. So this could be like, no, WrestleMania 41, Stone Cold, CM Punk. I mean, for me right now, it very much leans towards we're going to get the CM Punk versus Seth Rollins match that we didn't get this year's WrestleMania. But hey, you're telling me there's a chance. And if you told me there's a chance that Dustin Rhodes would hold 2 titles here in 2024, I would not have, and would not take you up on that bet. I would not have believed that'd be the best be that many years ago. As somebody who saw Dustin Rhodes coming through as the natural in WCW back in the day, of course, as part of the whole Ted DiBiase stuff alongside his old man. Dusty back in Dusty's run with WWF. So yes, but the news here is, the story is that we have new Ring of Honor tag team champions, and it is Dustin Rhodes and it is Sammy Guevara. Now this took place on last night's AEW Collision, defeating Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. There was interference from like everybody. There was the Gates of Agony, there was a Beast Mortos, there was Kyle O'Reilly, there was the Von Erichs, and it all kind of concluded with Dustin hitting the final cut to get the 1, 2, 3, bringing an end to 234 days as the ROH Tag Team Champions, their second reign, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. It's one of those, when you look at it, it's like 234 days, and this was their 6th title defense. Like, And also some people will question, ROH titles again being on AEW television, but that is a topic for another day, because that is a whole different issue itself, and there's so many pluses and negatives to it. But yes, we do have new ROH tag team champions. Now the Kingdom had beat basically MJF, wasn't it, on his own handicap match back in December at New Year's Smash. So yes, we have new ROH tag team champions, and that means that Dustin Rhodes is also the holder of those belts and also the holder of the ROH 6-man titles, with of course the Von Erichs who I just mentioned. Right. Quickly, we're not really doing questions anymore. We're doing a slightly different format. But I've seen a couple come in, and hey, I can't help but bite. So we'll quickly dive into these ones. Hector Garcia III's got in touch. Hey, Hector. I know questions aren't really allowed any longer. It's not they're not allowed. We're just trying different formats and maybe putting all the questions together in one video, I think is the plan. But still curious about your thoughts. If Vince had been in charge for the past couple of years, do you think we'd be where we're at with Roman finally being over as a babyface? I think that if Vince McMahon's still in charge right now, I suppose the way to phrase it actually is, I think Roman Reigns would have been a massive babyface regardless of whether Vince was running the show or whether it was Triple H. It's that thing, we've seen it time and time again over the years, where somebody has a great run as a heel, there's that great heel can so easily become a great babyface. I mean, The Rock is a prime example back in the 90s, where he was just like the most villainous SOB. Stone Cold, man. Austin as a heel against Bret Hart, and then the double turn there at WrestleMania 13. And I mean, it took another, by the time WrestleMania 14, Austin is the hottest babyface in the company. So I think that Roman, he was always going to get this babyface run. Obviously, we're very early into it, literally a couple of weeks, although people have been calling for him for a couple of months now, just he's not been on TV. So I think that Roman would have been a massive babyface regardless of whether Vince was in charge or not. Another quick question I just want to address as well. Andy McMahon has got in touch. Hey, Andy. I don't know about you, but I think Triple H was just as good as a heel as he was babyface. Now he's got his feet under the table as the boss. Do you think we could see more WWE talent who are good at both? I feel it's a dying breed. For me, Triple H was a better heel. I thought prime Triple H for me was that kind of 99, 2000, 2001, just scumbag heel. Great scumbag heel, mainly against The Rock, against Austin as well for some of that run, against Mick Foley, of course. So I think Triple H for me was better as a heel. I don't know, I can never really get into as a babyface. Obviously, there's a massive MSG pop when he returns from his triceps, not triceps, what's it called? The thigh one I've forgotten about. Anyway, the one that popped and rolled up his leg in the Raw match against Jericho and Benoit. That injury, there was a massive pop he got on Madison Square Garden. Quad, there we are, that's what I'm thinking of. But as for people these days, whether it's a dying breed or somebody who could be a good babyface and a good heel, I mean, Roman Reigns is off to a very good start. It's only been a couple of weeks since he's been back on TV, but he's getting those massive reactions. Before that, he was a great heel. I mean, Jey Uso, you look into the bloodline, actually. Jey Uso was great as a smarmy villain as part of the bloodline. and is these days one of the most popular babyfaces in the company. Sami Zayn is another one. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. Now, I prefer Randy Orton as a heel, and I do think we're getting that before the year is out. I think we could get that as soon as what? Bad Blood, I think. But Randy Orton has been such a great babyface since he's come back to the company. It's good to see him have. I mean, the whole run with Matt Riddle as well for Randy Orton. He was just a great babyface who seemed to be enjoying life. But Randy has also been a great heel. Rhea Ripley, LA Knight, yeah, don't underestimate that guy as a heel. If and when they go in with him as a heel in the future, we saw glimpses of it, of course, in NXT. If you watch TNA before that, Eli Drake, very good heel when he gets a chance. But you look at NXT, Roxanne Perez is absolutely killing it these days as a villain, and I never thought that would happen. I didn't think I'd be able to take her seriously as a heel, but she's a great heel. But she's been a great babyface before. Trick Williams came in as a heel with Carmelo Hayes, a great babyface right now. Tiffany Stratton is one to keep an eye on. I think she has got a hell of a babyface running at some point in the future. So yeah, I can see what you mean. Maybe it's a dying breed, but I think there's lots of people there that can be a great babyface and be a great heel, or have been a great babyface and a great heel over the years. Right, one last story to wrap things up, because I've got sidetracked by questions. Don't tell me off. That sounds like it's like a hostage situation. It's not. I'm joking. I'm my idiocy on a Sunday morning. Right, one last story to wrap up on, and it's come from Fightful Select, and it involves Switchblade Jay White. Now, Jay White hasn't wrestled since the start of July. I think it was the 6th of July. It was a collision. It was against Hangman. It was part of the Owen Cup, and since then he's been out of action with reportedly what was a foot injury. But Fightful reports that Switchblade Jay White is healthy, is basically set for an imminent return to TV. The foot injury that he had, it was one of those where when he got the injury, it was deemed as like, it's probably not going to be a lengthy layoff, but just take care of yourself, do what you need to do, and hopefully you're back sooner rather than later. And that sooner rather than later seems to be on the horizon with this report. Now, the whole thing there was, of course, that led to the Bang Bang Gang being stripped of vacating the AEW Trios titles. And who knows what happens when Jay White is back. I mean, Jay White is... It's such a strange one, because there's been times in AEW where you think, well, when he first appeared, when he first actually properly signed, not just appeared, it was like, yeah, that's a great get for the company. What a star. Former IWGP heavyweight champion, a guy who'd been killing it in New Japan as part of Bullet Club. So it was a great get. Of course, there was interest in WWE as well. So if you're one of those weirdos that likes a tribalism, and it's like, well, we've got this up on WWE because he turned them down to come to AEW. So those weirdos had that. Not saying AEW fans are weird, just the weird tribalist ones. So yeah, it was, whatever way you look at it, it was a great get for AEW. And then not much happened. And then Collision launched, and Jay White immediately became a big thing again. And it's like, right, this is cool, this is good. I can see down the line, maybe we're going to get CM Punk and Jay White. There's a lot going on with this guy. And then All In last year happened, CM Punk got fired, and Collision seemed to undergo it has undergone a little bit of a change since then, because it was kind of not split rosters, but there was clearly some people who were Collision guys and girls, and there still are to this day. But it just felt after that, the kind of post CM Punk rejig of Collision, that Jay White was one of those who got lost in the shuffle a little bit, where it's like, this guy's a focal point of this program and can be viewed as a big time singles deal, and now he's just and then obviously, as mentioned, he got the injury last month. But anyway, Jay White, hopefully there's some nice creative plans in place for him. Maybe do we get him All In? I don't know that. I mean, All In is literally like a week today. So that might be a little bit soon, but maybe All Out. But anyway, this has been the Solo Sunday News at What Culture Wrestling. Continue your YouTube journey here, as Phil Chambers would magically say. I'm Andrew Pollard. This has been the Solo Sunday News. This has been What Culture Wrestling. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.